Hi everybody, welcome back to Cat's Book Nook. Today again is January 27th. It's Saturday. We have family obligations tomorrow. So I wanted to go ahead and get this video recorded because it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to focus on the two books that I'm currently in the middle of right now. Mostly because we are cleaning house. We're doing a birthday party tonight. I've got library runs to go make. I need to go pick up some new books from Goodwill and see what they have that I can take with me, that I want to take with me, because some of these behind me I do want to take with me, but some of them I don't. And I'm out there for 4 months, and I can't just be like, hey, hun, mail me this book. She'll be like, where is it on your shelf exactly again? Oh, it's on the 4th shelf over, I don't know, 3 or 4 shelves deep down, and yeah, no, we're not playing that game. So, go pick up some new books. Yay! Mostly because it's Goodwill, it's not going to be that expensive. I think I got 4 or 5 books the last time for $10, and I thought that was pretty good. But it's not what this video is about. This video is about what I read, what I'm currently reading, and the new books that I know that I'm going to be able to read before I go on my detail. So, this week I got through The Green Mile by Stephen King. I love this book. It's a 6-part book that got put into a complete novel, but he wrote it like, and in the introduction to the book, he talks about how Charles Dickens used to do serialized novels. And that's what he did with The Green Mile, because it's a complete story, but in 6 different pieces. It was great. I really liked it. And the narrator was really good too. I also got through the audiobook version of Wild by Cheryl Strayed. This book I've had for several years and had never picked it up, and I really enjoyed the narration of it rather than having to physically sit here and read, because the print is kind of small, and I'm dealing with a book with small print right now, and it's not really working out so well. So, but I got through those 2 audiobooks. Then I got through Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan McGuire. This came through from my library holds this week. I didn't particularly care for Cora. And I thought that the way Cora was written was reiterating, and I get that it's that character's mannerisms, and each character is going to be unique. You can't write the same character all the time. But she focused on the fact that people saw her as just a fat person, and that kind of is a little irritating, but I understand where it's coming from, especially since they travel to basically what is Candyland to rescue one of their people. So I really enjoyed this book. I really hope she does some more. I think I read where she may be doing 3 more, depending on the sales of the first 3. So fingers crossed we get more Wayward Children series. I also finished Letters to the Lost by Brigid. I'm not sure how you say her last name, so I'm just gonna. That's her name. Great little book. And it's not really little. You can kind of see that it's kind of thick. But the writing in it flowed really, really well. I really felt the main character's strife and grief as they're going through it. I was hoping, and there's 2 parts in this story where it veers in different directions than what I thought it was going to go. And I enjoyed the fact that it did, because it added depth to the main characters and the story itself. I finished this in a day. This was one of my, I started at lunch and I got home and I had to finish it just because I had to finish it. It was that good. So, got through those. And then I ended up finishing volumes 4, 5, 6, and 7 of the Lumberjanes series. Volume 8 comes out in 2018. I did notice that Stevenson is no longer credited for anything other than the cover art. So I think there was some fallout. I don't know exactly what happened, but Stevenson is no longer doing the artwork in the books. So that was an interesting switch up. Currently reading right now. I am currently in the middle of, got photos back up, Because If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. I'm liking the character Amanda. I'm interested to see where Grant takes it, because Parker is a D-bag. Just wholehearted D-bag. Like, every negative person you know who is against any sort of difference, that is Parker. And for Parker to like Amanda, and for Amanda not to be able to say exactly what her truth is to him, I really want to finish the story just to see what happens with all of that. And I'm about 2 hours into it, and it's only 7 hours long. So hopefully I can focus back on this when we get back, or sometime today. Because, yeah, it's going on 12 o'clock here. So I got a few hours before the wife gets home. So there's that. I'm also reading The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan. Finally, I'm on page 70. This is sort of like the writing style in Saving Fish from Drowning. It's about 4 Chinese families, and the first chapter in this book, there's a truth that comes out that I don't necessarily know was supposed to come out until it did. One of the original female members of the Joy Luck Club has passed away, and that's where it starts. So it's following the 4 different families and seeing where the ties come into it, and so far it's pretty good, but the writing is kind of, it's not, yeah, it's a little bit weird. But that's what I'm currently reading right now. And then I picked up audiobooks, The Invisible City by Julia Dahl. It is about a woman whose mother is traditionally extremely Orthodox Jewish, and they actually have a name for it in the book. But her father is Christian, and Rebecca Roberts, I think, is the main character. She grew up in a non-traditional home, and there's a crime that happens in New York in the Orthodox Jewish community there in Brooklyn, and she wants to help the police after she realizes that the police aren't going to do anything with the case. But while she's trying to help, nobody wants to open up to her about what exactly is going on. So it should be interesting. The Glass Castle by Jeannette Walls finally came through. I had to return Princess X to get this book, to get the audiobook. And I hadn't listened to Princess X yet, so that was one of my return books this week, along with everything else from the last video. But The Glass Castle follows a young woman who goes to New York. Her family is nomads throughout her entire childhood, and kind of her coming to terms with that and everything that goes with that. It's supposed to be a really good movie, but I want to read the book before I watch the movie. And then the final book is Kate Atkinson's A God in Ruins. This follows the brother from Life After Life. So kind of in the same vein, but more so his separate story of the events from Life After Life. So it should be a pretty good listen. So with that, because I returned the other 2 books that were new this week, that's the weekly wrap up for this week. I've got one more video to record this week, which will be the books that I'm hoping to get through in the next 15, 16 days, not including audiobooks. These are the physical books only. So with that, I will see you guys here in a few more minutes. Bye, guys.